Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Vampyr. Wir waren letztes Mal bei der Schwester und haben das andere irgendwann hingebracht. So, Blutkapazität. Ne, wir brauchen ein bisschen. Die Ultimativ ist noch nicht freigeschalten. Geringung. Du unterbrichst die Zirkulation in den Venen deines Ziels und machst es wehrlos. Nee, wir brauchen ein bisschen Gesundheit. Du kannst jetzt 3 Sera mit dir tragen. Munition. Taktisch. Du führst eine übernatürliche Bewegung in Richtung deines Zieles aus und verursachst Schaden bei der Landung. Das hört sich gut an. Unschaltbar. Du verbrauchst Ausdauer, um in den Schatten zu verschwinden. Und für die meisten Feinde unsichtbar zu werden. Sich in diesen Zustand zu bewegen, verbrauchen mehr Ausdauer. Du verlässt die Schatten, sobald du angreifst oder ausweichst. Oder wenn du keine Ausdauer mehr hast. Ach, da hier, Körper. Erhöht deine Gesundheit um 50. Und dann die Ausdauer. Gehen wir doch mal erstmal ein bisschen auf die Gesundheit. Und dann machen wir noch Stufe 2 gleich dazu. Und dann werde ich noch sagen, mach mal ein bisschen Ausdauer. Auch noch. Auch bis auf Stufe 2. Obwohl, wir machen bis 45%. Da haben wir gerade das vollkommen bis Stufe 3. Kriegen wir noch irgendwas hin? Nee. Nein, 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 nein. Nee. Bereich 2 Meter. Okay. Halt. Das bestätigen wir mal. Und jetzt warten. Wichtige Ereignisse im Bezirk. Ach so, das war. Oh ja, okay, das. Blutarmut. Genau, wir sollen ja mehr Informationen über unsere Patienten herausfinden. Aber jetzt gehen wir zum Edgar. Gehen wir. Zum Swansea gehen wir jetzt an und sprechen wir mit ihnen. Mal sehen, was er erst zu sagen
Please,
hat.
Jonathan, come in. Fascinating, is it not? In the last decade, so many mysteries have been brought to light with our microscopes. The human body, biology's penultimate frontier. The more we explore its boundaries, the less we're able to trace a clear line between life and death. You, my friend, have a foot in both countries. The view must be vertiginous.
It's at least as vertiginous as chatting about vampires with you, I would say.
This must be all so new to you. This area of town, the hospital, a brand new life. How stimulating it must be.
I wish I could share your enthusiasm, Dr. Swansea, but my condition defies scientific categorization. Undead? Unalive? Immortality defies logic.
I cannot express my thrill at this serendipitous turn of events. The world's most eminent specialist in blood transfusions, a vampire. One might say a gift from heaven.
Ihre Worte sind tröstlich. Dies ist kein Geschenk. Ich bin ein lebendes Paradoxon. Ja, komm.
There is an absurd poetry to my situation. Physician, heal thyself.
Forgive me. I've been an admirer of your work for a long time, and now you are so much more than a brilliant physician. And please, call me Edgar.
Wir brauchen einander. Das ist das ist nicht unterhaltsam. Sie müssten sich nicht entschuldigen.
I'm not some doe-eyed student, Edgar. I understand we both have something to gain from this relationship.
Very well. I have a task for you, Jonathan. Something that will require all your newfound skills.
Please, go on.
The Pembroke only survives through the generosity of our benefactors. Unfortunately, our main donor has found herself in a bit of a bind. Now, if you could help her out...
A spokesman or politician is what you need. That's not my calling. And until I come to understand what has happened to me, I require discretion.
Discretion is in order, Jonathan. Lady Ashbury has recently received rather indelicate correspondence that, if revealed, would jeopardize her position.
And you would like me to eradicate this threat?
By the stole, of course not. I would just like you to pay her a visit. Her ladyship is certainly near the tents outside, tending the sick. You can't miss her. Look for someone impossibly delicate.
Accepted. I'll see what kind of trouble Lady Ashbury is in.
Da wollen wir doch mal zu Lady gehen. Und da mal fragen. Was spricht mit der Gönnerin des Krankenhauses? Okay. Wo ist die gute Frau? Warte. Irgendwo da.
But in the circumstances, I'm willing to give you the benefit of the doubt.
Good evening, sir.
As for me,
What a blundering idiot.
We are horrific liars.
Okay. Da wollen wir mit der guten alten, mit der Frau mal sprechen.
The flu took my dear wife, Emily. I take comfort knowing we'll soon be together again.
Mr. Rainfield, that's no way to talk. You're in good hands here, and we'll be up again soon enough. Now do me a kindness and get some sleep. I'll be back round later.
Your words are kind, the blessings of an angel. You're the sweet, sweet lady of mercy.
Good evening, Dr. Reid. It's a pleasure to see you again. You seem surprised. Dr. Swansea has brought me up to speed concerning your recent appointment to Pembroke Hospital.
You're a the lady who saved me that night, before vanishing into thin air. I remember you from the pub with Dr. Swansea.
Indeed. Allow me to introduce myself formally this time. My name is Lady Ashbury. I remember you well, in spite of the brevity of our encounter.
Schön, Sie zu sehen. Ich fühle mich hinters Licht geführt. Swansea hat eine Fibel für Vampire. Oder ein Fable. Eher ein Fable für Vampire. Schön, Sie zu sehen.
Apologies. You've taken me by surprise. I'm very happy to see you.
The pleasure is mine, Doctor.
I hope you're more disposed to answer my questions now.
You must have countless questions, but a rather urgent matter first. Swansea has explained. My cover, if you prefer, has been compromised.
Ich bin hier, um zu helfen. Patienten, die Ihnen Probleme bereitet haben. Ich habe Fragen zu Vampiren. Wir fahren erstmal hier.
Dr. Swansea has commissioned me to be your agent in this matter. You could start by explaining what's amiss.
These past insufferable weeks, I've been the victim of extortion. I've made a first payment, but the blackmailer grows greedy. I must refuse his most recent demands.
Bitte fahren Sie fort. Was wollen Sie von mir? Bedroht Sie ein anderer Vampir? Warum kümmern Sie sich nicht selbst darum?
Please continue. Every detail is essential. I'm your man.
My embarrassment in this matter is eclipsed only by my shame at having put the hospital at risk. The threat from our anonymous scoundrel is clear. A list of dates. My visits coinciding with the dates of suspicious patient deaths due to massive blood loss.
Ich kümmere mich darum. Ist es wahr? Wir bleiben einfach mal freundlich, ne? Wir kümmern uns, wir sind freundlich und nett. Wir kümmern uns darum, ne?
I'll take care of it. Do you know where I should start?
If that was the case, I'd settle the matter myself. You could talk to our local gossip, Harriet Jones. Not a pin drops here without her hearing about it.
I'll meet that woman now.
My life, as others know, is in your hands, Dr. Reid. I'm sure of your discretion, but I do fear your powers of persuasion will be put to the test. When this is resolved, I'll be your obligé, I'll answer all questions in regards of your condition.
Das ist super, da kriegen wir schon mal Informationen dann, wenn wir... Wir haben doch mit ihr gesprochen, gerade eben. Warum haben wir immer noch die... Warte, wir müssen... Wohin? Ah, da.
Simpletons, these nurses. Bred with no respect. What? What? What is this? Who are you? Get out of my room.
There's no need for alarm, madam. I'm Dr. Reid, the new surgeon.
Preposterous. Dr. Reid, you say? I don't want some bumbling intern. Where's Dr. Swansea?
Bitte beruhigen Sie sich, halten Sie den Mund. Ich habe Fragen. Wir können jetzt nicht unhöflich bei der sein. Weil sie auch ein bisschen unhöflich davor ein bisschen war. Nee, ich habe Fragen.
Dr. Swansea is quite busy, and I need you to help me get acclimated. I have many questions.
How brave. Threatening an old defenseless woman. You know how long I've been a patient here? You've picked the wrong fight. I'm Harriet Jones.
Harriet Jones? Indeed. I've been meaning to have a chat with you. You know what goes on here better than any other patient, I gather.
Oh, better than any patient, nurse or doctor. I've seen so many vile undertakings.
I heard there have been some despicable goings-on. Was there a case of blackmail?
Blackmail? Wait. You're investigating something. This isn't a social call. One of those incompetent cunts slit a poor sod's vein.
Sie mögen Draht. Sind Sie die Erpresserin? Es geht nicht um Behandlungsfehler.
I assure you, madam, this is not an investigation into a possible medical error.
Debauchery, then? Nurses Crane, Hawkins, Brannigans, whores, all of them. They can't keep their legs shut. I've seen them scratching slutty sores.
Really? Well, if you have irrefutable proof, I'll not have the staff behaving in such a manner here.
This is your business, Doctor, not mine. But I swear one of the nurses is cavorting with some man on hospital hours.
Thank you for your time, Miss Jones. You've given me something to go on. See you on the next round.
Okay. Was haben wir hier? Aha. Und das? Royal Garden Hell Theater. Sadie Fitch präsentiert Doris Fletcher. Sapu. Ja, Sappho. Kann das sein, dass es die alte Dame mal früher mal war?
The patients and staff might know something. I'll start my investigation with them.
Was mit der Schwester Pia Hawkins?
Damn.
I wish I could be sick
pain.
again. Feel my blood boil
Here
with
again.
fever.
Gesund. Zwei kennen wir noch nicht hier. Aber sonst kennen wir alle. Nur die zwei sind... Behandlung gegen Blutarmut und Behandlung gegen Erschöpfung. So, wo ist die Schwester? Genau, mit der müssen wir auch reden. Die ist irgendwo draußen. Okay, gehen wir halt erst zu ihr. Die geistert doch irgendwo hier draußen rum. Was ist denn das? Da ist sie doch schon.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Krankenhauspersonal mit krimineller Vorgeschichte. Ein seltsamer Mann, der die Schwestern besucht.
Have you seen a strange man visiting any of the nurses here?
I've never heard of such a thing, Doctor.
Okay.
Do you know if any of the hospital staff have criminal backgrounds?
The people who work here all come from very different backgrounds, Doctor. Just like the patients.
Tippes hat sie gelobt. Tippes Behandlungsfehler. Das.
Why does Dr. Tippett claim you're the main reason he keeps working, despite his fatigue?
If it wasn't for him, I probably would have left the Pembroke years ago.
Dr. Tippett does not think of you as just a nurse anymore, does he?
If you're suggesting he's not taking my gender into consideration when it comes to medical practice and knowledge, I really hope he doesn't.
Aha.
Tell me what Dr. Tippett did. I know his mistake caused a patient's death.
If I had not covered up his error, Dr. Tippett would have been fired from this hospital. I could not let that happen.
You can't allow your emotions to dictate your conduct concerning patients, Nurse Brannigan.
Look around you, Dr. Reid. Do you really think we can afford to lose a brilliant practitioner like Dr. Tippett in our situation?
Ich kann ihr Handeln nachvollziehen. Sie haben ein großes Risiko auf sich genommen. Sie haben nicht das Recht dazu. Ich kann ihr Handeln nachvollziehen.
I can't say I approve of what you did. But as a field surgeon, I know that some situations require you to bend the rules.
I'm not proud of what I've done, but to contain the epidemic must be our priority, so we can't afford to lose Dr. Tippett.
Desto tiefer fallen sie Untersuchung aktualisiert, okay.
I've decided that I won't reveal Dr. Tippett's, shall we say, misdemeanor.
I'm so glad you share my point of view. Dr. Tippett is a brilliant practitioner. We most definitely need his know-how.
I hope you're right. This is a huge risk we're taking.
Dr. Tippett must regain his confidence. Please, keep this decision between you and me. He doesn't need to know you found out.
Gut. Kriegen wir da noch was? Nee. Und da kriegen wir dann auch nichts mehr. Alles klar.
Goodbye, nurse. Call me if you need assistance.
So. Wo ist denn die andere Schwester? Das ist die. Ja. Ach, da ist sie. Und dann die andere Schwester. Gibt es hier noch eine? Das ist die Pia. Wo geistert die andere rum? Keine Ahnung. Aber die andere ist irgendwo
Good evening, Nurse Hawkins.
Good evening, Dr. Reid.
Ein seltsamer Mann. Ja, okay, das wird die gleiche
What
Frage.
can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones. Do not pay attention to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Miss Jones verdient unsere Hilfe. Sie können uns die Wahrheit erzählt haben.
She could have been telling the truth about the mysterious man.
That old witch will end up in hell soon enough. Who cares if a nurse finds some happiness where she can?
No matter how you feel about her, Miss Jones deserves our help.
Who says I don't care for her? Hate is what keeps that old crone alive.
Okay, mal zurückgehen und persönlich kann ich nicht. Gut,
What can you tell me about the strange man visiting one of the nurses during her shift?
Let me guess. You spoke with that old shrew, Harriet Jones.
da kommt nichts
Do not
anderes
pay
mehr
attention
raus.
to her, Doctor. She's full of fanciful tales.
Ne,
Goodbye, Nurse Hawkins.
mit der sind wir fertig. Wo ist jetzt denn die andere?
Pain. Here again.
Warte, wenn wir...
I have wasted too much energy for so little result.
Alter, wo ist denn die andere Aule? Wo ist die Dorothy? Das ist unbekannt.
I'm all right. Don't waste your time with me.
Good evening, Mr. Goswick. How are you?
I'm okay.
Krankheiten. Drücke R1, um den Gesundheitszustand des Bürgers zu kontrollieren. Die Heilung eines Bürgers verbessert eine Blutqualität und belohnt dich mit EP. Außerdem verbessert sich der Gesundheitszustand des Bezirks.
Have you heard rumors about blackmail in this hospital?
No?
Tut ihre Kehle weh?
How painful is your throat, Mr. Goswick?
So painful I'd rather not talk at all, Doctor.
Über ihre Einweisung ins Krankenhaus?
Why did your mother have you hospitalized here? She seems convinced this is a bad hospital.
My mother just wants the best for me. She won't rest while I'm here. She'd go all the way to hell and back to help me.
Sie sind in guten Händen. Stört ihre Mutter sie?
Pembroke Hospital may look unorthodox, but rest assured you're in good hands here.
It's not me you have to convince, Dr. Reid. It's my mother.
Is your mother bothering you? As your doctor, I can ask her to leave you alone if you would prefer.
That's tempting, Doctor. But you have no idea what my mother is capable of. She would tie herself to my bed if you asked her to leave.
Okay.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Good evening, sir. Doctor.
This hospital seems to be... Good evening, Doctor. How is my son doing?
Kriegt über Erpressung.
Have you heard rumors of blackmail going on in this hospital?
Dr. Reid, are you trying to take advantage of me?
Of course not, Mrs. Goswick. I'm just curious.
Well, go be curious somewhere else, please.
Na, können wir nichts Persönliches fragen?
Tell me more about your arrival at the Pembroke Hospital. What gave you such a bad first impression?
The ambulance driver was quite rude.
Nee, das kann man nicht schnell erlegen.
And that nurse, Miss Hawkins, seems to have quite a dubious attitude.
What do you mean?
She managed to secure a bed for my son despite the epidemic. It was a relief, but it wasn't cheap.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Aber da haben wir jemanden, was wir noch nicht kennen. Aber ich würde sagen, die andere Schwester, Dorothy, suchen wir in der nächsten Folge. Ich sage vielen herzlichen Dank fürs Zuschauen. Bis zum nächsten Mal. Haut rein. Ciao.